lonely in space. I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I can feel the memories fade, it's in my mind. And I can finally breathe when I'm closing my eyes. I never realized what light years could do, but now I know I'm better off without you. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. feeling in my chest. Don't want to say that I'm obsessed. Your body's left my mind on red. Forgive me, but I must confess. This feeling, don't want to say did you? On your feet right next to me, come on. On your feet right next to me.
Hey! Hey, everybody! Hola! See. I've had a rough day. How's everybody else doing? We're going to do a quick mic check. Can you guys hear us all fine?
Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Shar's having issues over there, so we're just going to assume we can hear Shar.
Yup. Oh, it is so hot in here. Yay! Okay, great. Now, first announcement of the night, if you were not in the Discord last night or earlier today, whatever, there is no replay of last night. Due to misunderstanding of technical jargon in the back end, I accidentally excluded any video on demand for the categories that we wanted to include. So it automatically deleted last night's video, so it will not be back up on the rebroadcast.
No, it didn't go over to YouTube either because it's got to save in one spot and then go to the other. So, yeah, unfortunately, not even YouTube gets this one.
Yep.
And because of all the other times that we've tried to go back and, reread and do the first looks and everything like that, we just don't get the same energy, the same giggles.
Yep. Because I know what's coming, right? That's what she said. Anyway, the point of it is that, like, half of the joy is being able to get those live first time reactions with the jaw drops and the yelling and the Patrick, how dare you?
or we don't know who this anonymous person is, but when we find out,
Yup. Oh, who are we kidding? Julie and I know who the anonymous people are, but we keep that close to the vest because their
anonymous
anonymity
for a
has
reason.
been requested and we honor that. So, we're here for night 2. If you have been checking your inboxes looking for the newsletter, you are not seeing it. I just was too tired last night. So I didn't prep it, put it out, anything else. I will do so tonight. So you will have it tomorrow in your inboxes. Of course, you always can get into the Discord. There is a channel information um, channel that has a list with jump links to everywhere you need to go. I think I do need to update it because we've added a few different channels in there. But that's the cleanup. Me throwing myself under the bus.
And you know what? I was just going to call it a technical issue and then leave it at that because we've had a lot of technical issues, and Izzy was like, "No, we have to throw Izzy under the bus." I don't want to throw Izzy under the bus.
And I explained that there is this assumption around work, around home, and just all sorts of different places that I am so wonderful and so amazing and I do all the things and I'm great, 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 great. No, 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 no. This is proof
Izzy
once
doesn't have
again.
permission to be under the bus this time. This was just Twitch being Twitch.
No, it literally was not because we had to manually put in that these channels or these categories were the ones that we wanted excluded from VOD. It's literally because I did not read the word excluded. I read it as included. So, no, 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 no. This is actual human error. Let's not blame the platform that has welcomed us with open fucking arms.
Yes, even
Oh,
though
one
Fine.
was rooting around doing some research, I realized there is actually not a whole lot of us. Yes, my last on my rules. Yes, I see. Um, but there isn't a whole lot of us that actually are in this category that are English speaking channels.
yeah, we really aren't.
So we
I
might
found
have
this
found a niche in hopes that we get to do a bunch more stuff over here that we can't do anywhere else. And
and collaborate with other creators and
yes,
maybe do more of those panels, do the author interviews that we wanted to do, book release parties that we wanted to do, bridging the gap like Julie always wanted to between readers and writers, bringing
right,
us into the space. Because if you think about it, this is all rough draft, and this is an alpha team, right? Who is reading that first thing that you come up with and giving honest in the moment feedback. And also gets hype up about the book ahead of time. So if we can get more subscribers, forward your copy of the newsletter to people that you meet who are like, I don't know what to do Saturday or Sunday night because I'm stuck at home with the kids and you know, there's just not a lot to do. I'm sick of television. I'm sick of the news. Give them to
right.
our show.
Come to our show. We're control. Well, we are very much controlled chaos, but chaos nonetheless.
Yes. Yes. Ha, 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 ha. Okay. Yeah, cry me a river. Sorry, that was to Patrick because I just read his comment. All right. Any other housekeeping cleanup left over from last night?
No, not particularly. Other than the fact that we might be going on another night in the week. We're not sure yet. That is something that we are definitely discussing.
Mhm.
Um, to have a in-depth thing with readers and authors and um, tropes and everything in between. It's going to be more of a laid back show than Saturday nights. I mean, we're already laid back, but I mean, it's going to be an in-depth discussion for a lot of us. So keep tuned in for that. We're not sure when that's going to come about. Also, on in about 4 weeks, I will be going live during the day over here on Twitch for reading sprints, writing sprints, ask an
And
author.
to be clear, on her personal channel. So make sure that you're following everybody in the box, not just the Hold My Pen Promptcast, because basically what this is it's us four going live and then the Hold My Pen Promptcast account streaming our feeds. So make sure that you're clicking on each of us individually and following us.
Right. So that way I can attempt to do something during the day after the little one finally goes back to school. And also, I am accepting editing contracts currently for the next few weeks. So if you need an editor or if you need somebody, just go over it and say, hey, this is where you got the problem. Uh, Contact me offline. Or Twit or you can contact me here on Twitch, or you can reach out to me on the Discord. Um, Minus the underscore here all together at Gmail is where you can find me. Uh, no, we're not muted. Or Izzy, are we coming unmuted?
No. No. Hey Sync, look what I got in the mail.
It's you. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. We just did a mic check. Sorry. We've had some technical difficulties in the last couple of days. So it's like,
Yes, we have. And vast asynchronicity, actually, Julie and I went and hung out with them. They raided us. They were actually the first raid that we ever got. And Julie and I hung out in their comments the one day and mentioned that this is a very good tool. And when I went to pull it up on Amazon, I was like, oh, that's already in my list. So I went ahead. I happened to get at work a $50 gift card for the Zon for being May Employee of the Month for my team. And I was like, bet tools. So and I do have to say, after just even looking through it a little bit, yes, this I've already cracked it a couple of times for trying to express, because we all have the problem with the whole showing versus telling, right? Um, we're doing rough drafts, and a lot of the times when we're doing rough drafts, it is a lot of telling. But um, there we go. This, once you go back through and you're doing your first round, second round, third rounds of editing, and it's a whole series. But what are the different physical signals and behaviors of someone who is being intimidating or someone who is intimidated, and showing it through their body language. So yes, it was just the catalyst I needed to buy it. So
right on, right on.
all right, so
All
of
right. If
course,
nobody else has anything else going on between PA, Shar, anybody, nobody? Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in tonight. And Izzy is the first one up on our.
I am the first one up, so I'm going to go ahead and read. This is, of course, more of my first book in the Blood trilogy, called Blood Cipher. Um, yeah, here we go. Max perched between a low table and an overstuffed chair, his body planked with his feet above the level of his head. He flipped a page. His eyes darted left to right, then right to left. Then he flipped again. Emily laughed under her breath. Max, are you actually reading that? Encyclopedia Brown is so smart, Emmy. He knows so much stuff. She crouched beside him. Yes, he is very smart. Where did you find that book? He scrambled down. There's a whole library behind the blue door. He jumped up, snapping the book shut. Come see. He grabbed her wrist and tugged, nearly upsetting her balance. At the door, he turned the knob, then looked back. Come on, Emmy. Emily straightened, chasing after the precocious 5-year-old. I'm coming, Max, I'm coming. He pushed open the door to a 10 by 20 room lined with floor to ceiling bookshelves. 2 couches nestled in alcoves beneath floating wall shelves and tall windows. In the center stood a set of library research desks, matching chairs, and a love seat with its own side table. Each corner held a freestanding spinning bookshelf. Emily stopped, wonder blooming in her chest. The ceiling had been painted with a sea of stars, paper mache planets and rockets suspended from thin, sturdy lines of fishing wire. Not a speck of dust anywhere. Lavinia must have done this. She's kept all of it pristine, lovingly cared for, waiting for more children to love these books, these rooms. Look, Emmy! Max sat at one of the tables with his book and touched the base of a green banker's lamp. It glowed to life with clean, cheerful light. I see, Max. This is a beautiful room, and that lamp is really cool. She stepped deeper inside, trailing her fingers along the shelves. Nonfiction was organized by Dewey Decimal. A current set of World Book Encyclopedia and Encyclopedia Britannica lined the upper shelves, while lower down, right at child height, a vintage 15-volume set of Childcraft, the How and Why Library, sat dust free. Emily slowly took in every detail of the lovingly crafted room. This could work. She turned to the child. This is a great find, Max. We will have to explore it more later. She walked closer, turning off the lamp again with a gentle touch, then slowly closing the boy's book. Right now, however, it is time for your bath. Max groaned. None of that. Now, I have your book right here, and you can read more in bed after we clean behind those sweaty ears. Max trudged past her, her fingers ruffling his dark, unruly hair. She followed and reached to flip the light switch down. She paused, noticing a soft chartreuse shimmer blooming across the back of her hand. She turned slowly, a soft ache of awe unfurled inside her. In the dark, painted stars emerged slowly across the ceiling, as if the ceiling itself remembered the sky and offered its memory in the hush of an old familiar song. Hundreds of stars danced across the expanse in galaxy clusters and recognized constellations. She noted Aquila with Altair, a flaming beacon of hope, the crown of Cassiopeia, and even Orion in the corner. Emily blinked against the sting in her eyes. She remembered another night sky, just like this one, sitting beside her parents' freshly covered graves, watching the stars fade into the pink hush of dawn. She lingered a second too long, eyes unfocused. Emmy? Max's voice echoed faintly from down the hall. The moment broken, she blinked and rubbed the tears away. Turning away from the enchanting library, she sped quickly toward the sounds of running water and Max. Coming! You'd better be undressed or I'm throwing you in fully clothed. When she entered the spacious children's bathroom, Max sat waist deep in blue, sudsy water, bubbles rising quickly to his chin. He splashed his arms, flinging them and water into the air. Bubble bath! He squealed. Despite herself, Emily laughed, warmed by the boy's play. She sat on the edge of the tub and reached for the washcloth, dipping it into the warm water. All right, you little kraken. Time to get you washed up for bed. I'm not a kraken. Max glared at her from under the mop of dark hair plastered to his face. She scrubbed across his shoulders gently, quickly washing him while he played in the suds. Oh, well then, what monster are you? I'm a hellhound, he shouted. He barked and yipped before dissolving into giggles. Emily laughed as she shampooed his hair. The soothing lavender and chamomile scent calmed her nerves. But hellhounds are not water creatures, right? The little boy stopped, splashing, and scrunched his face, contemplating. Emmy, you're right. I need to be a sea monster in the tub. He gathered his hands under the blue suds, staring deep into their iridescence. But not a kraken. They're icky. Emily chuckled. Okay, what other options do you have? She rinsed the shampoo away. Hmm, well, there's a sea serpent or a naga. Are nagas girls, though? Medusa was a girl. He stared into another handful of bubbles. Medusa was a gorgon, not a naga, so if you want to be a boy monster, naga is a good choice. She gently ran a spot of conditioner through his curls. I'm a naga! Max splashed and thrashed, throwing himself backward into the tub. Water sloshed over the edge, drenching Emily. Max, she gasped, laughing. Lavinia is going to scold you for making such a mess. He shot upright. Don't worry, Emmy. I'll help clean it. We clean up our own messes, right? He smiled at her, eyes crinkled above his large grin. She smiled, her shirt dripping, her heart warm. Yes, Max, we clean up our own messes. Even the ones in our own hearts, she mused. I think you are finally clean, Nagamax. Time to rinse off. She stood, turning on the water, checking the temperature, and adjusting the handheld wand for him. Max grumbled. I'm not done playing, though. I thought you wanted to read more Encyclopedia Brown in bed. She adjusted the angle of the spray as he dunked his head beneath. Or did you want to find a different book now that you are a Naga? Encyclopedia Brown would say that Nagas aren't real. I shouldn't read about monsters before bed. He rubbed his face and hair, sloughing away all remnants of soap. Encyclopedia Brown it is, then. She hung up the wand and turned the water off while Max unplugged the drain. He carefully stepped out of the tub into the fluffy towel Emily held for him. Emmy, I forgot my pajamas on my bed. I'll go get them. You get dried off. Stay on the rug so you do not slip, okay? She turned into the living room. Link stood in her way. I want to go home. Startled, Emily placed a hand over her heart, suddenly remembering the wet blouse. Link, you startled me. Look, I know you want to go home, but that house is not yours anymore. We couldn't keep paying for it now that your parents. She trailed off uncomfortably. But it is ours. Link's lip quivered and he shrank, his neck disappearing into his ever present headphones. You know that is not going to work on me. You are not 5 anymore. She touched his shoulder, guiding him toward his room. I understand all of this is hard. Change like this should not happen to people your age. She draped her arm across the back of his shoulders and squeezed him gently to her side. The alarm and being stuck in these rooms, in a strange house, really does not help. Why won't they let us leave these rooms, Emily? Link looked up at her, his confusion and fear quavering his voice. I spoke with Mr. Connors earlier tonight, and he insists it was for our protection. Link opened his mouth to speak, but she rushed on. Link, honey, I do not know everything that is going on yet, but they have given us clean clothes, food, everything we may need. I even have my cell phone and have spoken to my sister. I do not think we are prisoners, so I really think Mr. Connors is making sure we are safe while their family figures out what is happening out there. Are we in danger? Emily exhaled slowly. That is a very good question. I want to answer it, or at least try. But your brother, the sea naga, is currently standing in a towel and waiting for his pajamas. She bent to meet his eyes. Give me 10 minutes, all right? I will get Max tucked into bed, and then you and I can talk. Link did not smile, but he did not look away either. His eyes were wary, searching. Emily gave his shoulder a gentle squeeze. You will have my full attention after I help your brother. Emily slipped into the bedroom Max had claimed and spotted the dinosaur pajamas he had laid out, underwear and all, folded with care. She gathered them quickly and returned to the bathroom. After helping him dress and settle into bed with his book, she gave him a soft kiss on the forehead. His eyelids were already drooping. Emily pulled the covers over his belly and left the door open just a crack. A glance into Lola's room showed the girl sprawled across the bed, snoring loudly like a tiny lumberjack. Emily smiled faintly and moved on. She lowered the dimmer switch in the main room of the suite and returned to Link's bedroom. He sat on the edge of the bed, fiddling with the cord of his headphones. He did not look up as she entered. Emily crossed to the large stuffed chair in the corner. Do you still want to talk? Why did we come here? Why couldn't we stay at our own house? He asked, still avoiding her gaze. She sighed, patient and steady. This was the only name or address I could find at the house that was not linked to a client or business. So you were hoping they knew mom and dad, but you didn't know for sure. Still no eye contact. No, I did not. I hoped, she replied softly. Link finally turned to face her, pain and hope flickering in his eyes. So, does he? Emily slipped off her shoes and tucked her legs beneath her in the chair. It appears so. I did not want to say anything in front of your brother and sister just yet, but you are old enough to know what is going on, or at least what I know so far. Link flinched, the weight of his role as the eldest settling heavily on his shoulders. According to Mr. Connors, your father is, or was, his younger brother. Link stared. Then why wasn't he around? Why didn't we know we had an uncle? Mr. Connors said your father was not even aware he had older siblings. See, sometimes adults make decisions that are not very wise. Sometimes those actions carry consequences for the children in their lives. She paused. I get the impression Mr. Connors always knew about your father, but chose not to interfere. He was trying to respect boundaries that someone else put in place. Does that make sense? Link hesitated. I guess so. He shifted on the bed, tucking an ankle under his opposite knee. So, what does that mean for us now? Well, Emily replied gently, the alarm the other night went off because someone left through a connected door. Mr. Connor's sister collapsed outside. He said she has been missing for a long time. At the same time, his younger brother was attacked in his home in Seattle. Link inhaled sharply. Are they all okay? It was Emily's turn to flinch. As far as I know, yes. They will be all right. I know this is a lot to carry, and I am not going to sugarcoat anything. You have always needed the full story, so I am going to give what I can to you. But Link, she leaned forward, voice steady but low. You have to trust me that I will not let anything bad happen to you. Can you do that? Can you trust me a little while longer? The boy looked up, startled. A little while? Emily smiled. I do not know what the future looks like yet, but I do know that I will not let the three of you be separated. Mr. Connors has asked me to stay here with you for a while. I love you, Link, and your brother and sister, but you have to understand that I need to have a job to pay my own bills, right? He nodded. But what if Mr. Connors offers you the job you already have, taking care of us? You know us. He doesn't. She unfolded herself from the chair and moved to the bed, sitting beside him. I told Mr. Connors I needed to think about it, about staying on temporarily. But I want you to know, I am not leaving tonight. I am not going to dump you and run. You have my word. Maybe Mr. Connors and I can have some more conversations about it. Link uncharacteristically threw his arms around her waist, burying his face into her chest. She pulled him close and rocked gently as his slim body racked with quiet sobs. She hugged the boy tighter, soothing his curls so much like Max's. It will be okay, honey. We will get through this. I promise.
Whose story is this? Remind me again.
This is Finn. Finn, the werewolf mystery thriller.
Who's the author?
Me?
Emotional damage.
Okay. Let's see. It's Sunday evening. It's 7:30. You're lucky I work tomorrow. You banshee. You banshee. You had me where I'm like digging into this story and I'm like, okay, girl, I'm gonna read you for Phil. I want the rest of the story now.
What? This is just the side bit, getting to know the kids. It's like not even
I
major.
know. But with me, I have an empty nest syndrome. I just had my nephews and that doting on them. I got that motherly, otherly uncle type thing going right now. And I'm like, kids, story, heartstrings. Izzy. Good job.
Thank you. And we have an ad in a minute and a half. So obviously I can't give my live reactions, but we just got PA Power's live reaction to my little story. Why are you looking at me like that, Julie?
Ma'am.
Did I or did I not tell you before we went live stream that I was going to get yelled at? I mean, besides the fact that, how many of us would have wanted that library as a child?
And some of us had part of it.
Well, I also hate to break it to y'all, but even when this book is done, it is not being published right away. Hold on, Shar, I got you. But yes, so my plan is to write all 3 of the books, make sure that there is plenty of cohesive everything, and make sure that they're all set, and then release them one after another.
Which means you're going to have a super release party. And we're all going to be gathered together for it.
There we go.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I probably shouldn't say that the main bad guy, what he looks like.
Don't ruin it for us. Not yet.
Not unless you want me to simp over him.
Oh, well, that depends. How many of you have seen the 2004 movie King Arthur and Casino Royale?
I haven't. Let me Google it now.
Is it wow, I'm blanking on his name. Daniel
Mads
Craig?
Mikkelsen. Mads Mikkelsen.
No. You went with Hannibal?
Yeah, but not in his incarnation as Hannibal.
Yeah, but that face, yeah, there'd be some simping.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm going to have a lot of people coming for me when I start to introduce the general. Anyway, moving right along.
Wait, why is my camera not showing up on the feed?
I don't know, but here we go. Hold on. Let's see here. We found a trick. Turn off camera, turn on camera, and now you should have a green button that says restart camera.
There it is. It is so much easier to watch the feed on my iPad than on my laptop because the laptop has like a 20-second delay, but the iPad's pretty much instant.
I mean, yeah. And of course, next up, when this ad is done, are we ready for emotional damage?
Always and never.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of emotional damage, I watched the most recent Final Destination today.
What
It's
now?
so
Sorry.
good. The most recent Final Destination Bloodlines. It's so
Oh,
good. It's so good. I have not enjoyed a Final Destination movie since the second one. The third, fourth, and fifth, I have not liked them. I love this one. It deserves a 92. It has a 92% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it deserves it. I actually cried in like two different spots. Although one of them was because it was Tony Todd's last known scene on screen because he died shortly after he filmed this movie. That was that was my own fangirl cry. No, it was really good.
I
Really, really good.
survived the first one. So,
Yeah. If you thought the first one messed you up for airplanes, and you thought the second one messed you up for log trucks, this one will make you never want to climb a tower ever again.
no, the one that really, really just like I was done, right? I done. Uh was the carnival rides.
Oh, the third one. Yeah, I have a borderline encyclopedia knowledge of these fucking movies. First of all, but yeah, the carnival, the roller coaster, the third one. Yeah, that was. Oh, that was, it was
Uh,
It was bad. The third one was bad, but like the opening scene was well done. I'll grant it that. After the opening scene, it becomes a train wreck, and not the kind of train wreck we enjoy watching. It's just like it's just bad.
yep. All right, so we are ready for a little bit more emotional damage with Dahlia McEachern. And it's entitled Red.
Mm.
A single red balloon drifted across the neighborhood. As I walked, it slowly followed me. Passing a little boy and his mother, I turned to see the boy run towards the red balloon, hoping my itch about this would soon go away, but my gut was telling me to do something else, like this balloon was hunting me. But no one believes me. They think I have a phobia of balloons. Just the red ones, though. It's just the red. They should have banned red balloons altogether. The world would be safer. Just as I find myself slowly gaining distance from the balloon, the boy grabbed it excitedly. Can I keep it, Mom? Screams filled the air as everyone around watched the red balloon eat the boy. It's a string wrapped around the boy's hand and pulled him into it. The red became brighter as its shape shifted, relaxing back to its normal size as it spit out the boy's bones. What did we say, Shar, about needing something the bone confetti across the
Yep,
it's
yep, yep. We were just talking about that last night.
yep, it was Patrick's idea. And
Yep.
yep, yep. Chaos broke out for only a minute before people forgot about the balloon and went on with their business. The mother turned around and headed away from her original destination. The once messy hair and mother accessories were now gone. She became a new woman, indifferent to her dead son. Hair well tamed, outfit of a woman with a weight lifted from her shoulders. The balloon stood still, not moving as my steps backwards became larger, its string flowing in the air. It's always the red ones, I mumble. Turning around as I turn a corner, I ran into a purple balloon stuck floating under a ladder. I released a breath as I realized it was just a purple one. Only the red ones are bad. My dreams, they always tell me the red and the evil things they can do. After today, I am thinking it's more than just dreams. only if people would listen to me. I could tell them to stop making the red ones. I think as I ponder my next move. Pacing back and forth as I release the red balloon will possibly wait for me at my house, waiting for me to come back, or maybe they will go to my work. Oh, I am so fucked. Turning towards houses on the other side of the shops, I walk towards them, going to the one place where someone actually believes me. Not even 5 steps later, purple fills my view. Nothing but purple as I turned myself around and moved my head from side to side. The string from the balloon wrapped around my neck as I watched the shades of purple change. Glimpses of the shops and houses filled the inside of the balloon for only seconds before going back to a purple wall. My hands felt the outside of the balloon. As I tried to fight it, the string tightened around my neck. Purple gas filled the inside of the balloon and sleepiness took over. Waking up in my bed, I got up and was ready for a new day, making myself a morning tea and looking out the window. I watch as children are out running around. The neighbors do as neighbors do. What a strange dream I had last night. A red balloon chasing me. Now that's just crazy. I laughed, turning towards the door. Opening the door with my briefcase, I immediately shut the door and bolt it shut. You know what? That's not going to work for me. Work can wait. Who cares if I miss one day? They will understand, personal things and all. Picking up my landline, I dial work and let them know I won't be in. To my surprise, they didn't know I worked for them. Huh, that's strange. Why do I have a briefcase with the company name on it if I don't work there? Balloon manufacturers engraved onto the case. There must be a big mistake. I have to work for them. Why would I have this? I mumbled. Looking out the peephole, I watched the red balloon trying to open the door with its string. Bring the briefcase to the kitchen table. I open it to see balloons. Red balloons. All red. I scream.
Dahlia, you. That was horrifying. You made red balloons scary. What the fuck? Yeah, no, definitely liked it. Absolutely. I just processing. I just,
For the record, I've never liked balloons. I haven't hated them. I haven't been afraid of them, but I've never liked them. I think Dahlia has just gotten really, really good at adding things to the list of things I need to be afraid of. Uh, mm.
in happy news, I figured out how to do the emote explosion thing. So yay! I just I have to use Stream Elements to set it up, but that's fine because I've been using Stream Elements on my channel, so I know how to run that. I'm just gonna, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I'm gonna make a red balloon one too now. Holy fuck!
Uh,
Fucking hey, Dahlia. In the best way. What the fuck?
the list of things that I need to live my life in fear of is getting longer. I mean, I wasn't agoraphobic before. Oh, Jesus, Dahlia.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
then
was
in the
snickering
chat,
about. That's what I was
yeah.
snickering about. Yeah.
I mean, entirely possible. I can have my groceries delivered. I can work from home. I can write from home. I can have
You
clothing
got
delivered.
you got kiddos that can run errands?
Exactly. I don't need to drive anymore. I don't need to get behind the wheel of Safi or Nikki. Nope. Nope. I don't need to overcompensate for my small size with big, massive, manly trucks anymore. No. I'll just hang out here with my cats.
And careful, she'll find a way to make you scared of delivery trucks or something.
Oh no, the fact that my house is actively trying to kill me. So I mean, I'm not even safe here.
But that's old news. We're used to demon
Yeah.
houses and scary houses and shit like that.
Okay. Yes. Yes. See, and I have a bestie, right? Who passes my house very, very near my house on her way home from work. So, even after the kids move away, you know, she lives 10 minutes away. My sister lives 5 minutes away. I'm good. I'm good. I just don't ever have to leave. Yep. Never. Nope. Don't ever have to leave.
They can come to you.
Yeah. Okay. So we do have, I was trying to hope for the next ad break because next up is said bestie, Kesh Butler. And I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
Naughty, naughty.
15 years. 15 years.
I got my little green box. There you go.
Okay. I have to get that side of the room like cleared up and away so that way. Yeah, you did come back with my nephew, but that's beside the point. Um, so that way I can get wind coming in through that window because it is so flippin' hot, which is why the overhead light isn't on. You know what? I'm gonna turn that off because it's hot. It is hot, and I can't take off more clothes. So
Not if you want to stay on Twitch.
not if I want to stay on Twitch. Abso-freaking-lutely. All right. Give me just a moment. We are going to do an intermission, and that's something that I would like to be able to do, Shar, is pull up with something that also says "Be right back." That could go up,
Yeah,
like where
that's not too hard.
we can do something like that.
We should also look. There's supposed to be somewhere where we can physically trigger ads ourselves, and being able to do that during the Be Right Back channel would be good because that would buy us more time
Yep.
in between.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about OF. We are not talking about OF and what I found out this past weekend while I was in Ohio. Nope.
more than gold. Yeah, you gave me a heart and a few. You underneath your skin. Reaching to the fire. You didn't miss much, Cash. We're about to read yours. I need these fucking pop-ups on my goddamn computer to stop. Izzy's on a bio break right now. All you need, I'ma be your heart. Oh, I have no idea. Izzy discovered something about uh, OnlyFans that I don't know the context of, but
No,
apparently
no,
it's
no.
traumatizing.
I don't know if it's OnlyFans or if it's red flag.
Well, judging from the fact that Kesh said that's for OnlyFans, I'm going to assume it's OnlyFans because that's what she's
Oh,
reacting.
okay.
And the sad part is OnlyFans isn't just porn. Like,
No, actually,
that's
I
what
know a lot of
dominates
authors
it.
and stuff that go over to OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's basically a I think it's like a stricter version of Patreon, but like even the creators are like, we didn't want it to just be for porn. It's just that's what dominates it. I mean, yeah.
I just got back and I'll be right back.
I'm a little more than power, more than gold. Yeah, you gave me your heart, now I'm here for the soul.
I mean, also if what do I keep running into that I'm knocking over all sorts of things? Anyway, if you think about it, oh, they were my TBR tins. Okay, that's what's falling. Yes. See the dirty reading of stories. If an author were to do erotica or smut or the hardcore, right?
Mm.
And they were doing the same kind of thing that we are doing, the safe place for them to talk about it is to throw it behind a paywall,
Yep.
right?
And
And so you know
Patreon won't allow stuff that graphic, so they go to OnlyFans.
exactly. So it makes complete and utter sense. All right. Have we had an ad?
I didn't see one.
Okay. All right. Well, we are back and running. Next up. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Very, very nice. Yeah, it is a whole collection. I have all of them in my wish list now. Okay, so this next one is called The Visitor by the one, the only Kesh Butler. The press, they're like jackals. They want to sensationalize every little detail they can. Stanford put the tablet down, the headline exclaiming, "Invasion?" with a subheadline stating that the alien ship was on course toward Earth. Riley had never said any of it. His face had turned beet red in anger from reading the article. They just want to sell copy. You should have expected something like this, Dr. Stanford. John came into the room, a chocolate muffin in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Crumbs fell from the side of his mouth as he spoke, the words barely audible around the morsel he had in his mouth. Ars Technica, Nature, Scientific American, and Smithsonian are all running articles that are accurate, and many of the major outlets are running it pretty much as you stated everything. Of course, they have a lot of speculation included as filler, which, by the way, both CNN and 60 Minutes have left messages wanting exclusives with you about the visitor. John took another bite from his muffin and took a sip of his coffee, spitting everything out when it was still too hot to drink. No, that's not something I'm going to be doing anytime soon. I cannot afford to have any more words of mine taken out of context or just totally made up because the truth is too boring. Riley groused as he flipped to the next article on the screen. Another sensationalized piece calling the object an invader and not a visitor. Overall, the news of the visitor had been accepted pretty well, the general populace finding it more interesting than something to fear. The ones reading the articles making a mountain out of nothing were probably clearing out stores as he drank his cold coffee, afraid of an alien invasion. He continued grumbling, flipping from article to article. Riley then turned to the wall, turned the sound up, the thump thump of the signal filling up the room with its sound as background noise as he refocused his attention on the tablet. The current article wasn't as bad as many of the others. It also hadn't spelled his name correctly, a very minor offense under the given circumstances, as he flipped to the next article. Dr. Stanford, John piped in as Riley took the last gulp of his coffee and turned, putting the tablet back down on the counter. The people from SETI are here. He pointed at the glass by the doors of the entrance to the lab. I assume the military, too, if that uniform taking up the rear of the group means anything, John added, pulling off more of his muffin and putting it in his mouth. Riley looked over his shoulder and saw the group of people being led his direction by the head of SETI, Dr. Sarah Arroway. Put that muffin down and wipe the crumbs off your face and shirt, John. He side eyed his assistant as he jumped from the stool he had been sitting on, walking into the outer room to greet the latest group of people coming to speak with him. He wished that SETI would just take everything out of his hands for a day or two so he could go home and get some sleep. But he was doubting any quality rest for him or John for a while, having been the discoverers of proof of intelligent alien life. We have reason to believe it may be a beacon or possibly even a distress call, given the object's telemetry and the fact it seems to be falling end over end. We can only conjecture at this moment in time. Isn't that right, Dr. Stanford? Dr. Arroway brought him into the conversation. Hello, Sarah. You know you can just call me Riley. He smiled at her, beginning to shake hands with everyone in the group, getting to the man in the military uniform last. The way you flirt is shameful, Riley. You can do better. She barbed, grinning as he laughed at the good hearted rib she had given him. So, anyways, our visitor. As far as the Hubble has been able to tell, yes, the pictures of the object are quite interesting if everyone would like to see. Riley replied to her original question, motioning for the group to sit around the conference table in the middle of the room. He picked up the remote for the projector and hit the power button, waking the machine up and pulling the first of the series of pictures onto the screen. He hit another button to bring the lights down, the entire time the thump, thump of the signal going on in the background. He proceeded to show the pictures of the objects, displaying the indeterminate length of what looked to be a long rock. Due to the denseness of the object and how far out it still is, we are guessing we have about 2 to maybe 2.5 years before it reaches Earth. Obviously, our friend here isn't very fast, he joked, continuing. We can only guess at its speed right now because we need more time to observe it and ascertain how fast it is going before we can get a good estimate on when it will be pulling up in our neighborhood. I'm thinking need maybe another month of observations to figure out how fast it is going so we can tell you, the military, where it will be and when. He finished, clicking through the last picture of the visitor, the first picture coming back up as he clicked the button a second time. Riley left the picture up for the next go round, bringing up the lights once he was finished. So, Dr. Stanford, I'm guessing that you're going on an assumption when you say that the military is going to intercept the object? The officer clenched his squared jaw muscles. I assume someone is going to intercept the thing before it comes barreling into the Earth's atmosphere. I hate to think that the government is going to hand something this big over to a lackluster fly by night organization like Starship or Blue Origin. Stanford replied more delicately than he originally meant to. Well, Dr. Stanford, I can neither confirm or the general dropped off as Riley slammed his hand on the table. Are you fucking serious, General? You know that's not going to work on me, right? Everyone in this room has government clearance for the response to the visitor, and you're going to play that game? Why are you here, if not to consult us on the start of the Intercept project? Riley asked, confused. He couldn't think of any other reason the officer could be there. The government's response to the object is classified above top secret, the general tried to continue. Then why are you wasting both of our time? Simply for an up close looky loo? Riley was getting red in the face, the skin under his collar warming up as his temperature rose. He was mad at the games he knew he was going to have to play with men like the general over the next couple of years. If you are not here to contribute to the conversation, I simply must ask you to leave my lab until such a time as you can discuss the government's reactions to the visitor. He pointed to the door while staring the officer down. The general, Airway interrupted, is here to ensure that everyone in this room has the proper clearances for consultation purposes, Dr. Stanford. You especially. She finished calmly, motioning with her hands for both men to calm down. It became evident to Riley that Sarah was there to keep the two from butting heads and to make sure he got his security clearance. All right, then. Please make sure that my assistant John is also given clearance. He knows pretty much everything I do, Riley replied, wanting to goad the man, but holding off from doing so. He hated the military and its hands in every single pie around. Your assistant already has his clearance. It's you that Washington felt to be the loose wheel on this project. The general looked down his nose at him. I, we discovered the signal. How am I the loose wheel? Riley was beyond agitated, confused by the reaction he was getting. The talking heads in DC were not happy with how you conducted your press conference before the military could weigh in. He was matter of fact in his reply. I followed protocols, Riley yelled defensively, his cheeks and ears becoming even more red than they already were. But not our, the general was cut off by Arroway. General, we at SETI followed the internationally established protocols for first contact. There is nothing about allowing the military first briefings in the protocols, she explained, placing a right hand on Riley's shoulder in an attempt to get him to try calm down. International protocols need to be rewritten, he replied to her indignantly.
Well, ain't that a kick in the shorts?
I sadly consider that a very accurate representation of how it would go down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've all seen Independence Day.
We've all seen Independence Day, yes. And
So we all know how that played out.
Yeah. I mean, like, even just recently, the government came out with a, hey, guess what? Aliens are real and we actually have them in the government. And the world's response was, okay.
Like, okay, we already knew that.
Yeah. It's like, are the aliens going to pay my rent? No. Move along.
Wait a minute. Are they going to at least give me better Wi-Fi signal? No? Okay.
Right.
Bye-bye.
If they're not taking me off this planet, I don't care.
No, the bigger question is, are they going to buy my book?
Yeah.
Right. Like, do they read? Do we need to teach them English?
It's like, guys, we're not surprised aliens are real. We figured that out a long time ago. It's arrogant to think that we're the only planet in the entire universe that can house life. but it's also extremely arrogant to think that we're so important that they would come here. Like, you gotta stay in the middle. That was I feel like that was a very accurate representation of how it would go down. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
What are they doing down there? Fucking dogs. I'll be right back.
We see the bones. Yeah. So over in our Discord, of course, Kesh just said, posting a meme to Discord now. Here's the words. Honestly, I'm not really freaked out by the UFO sightings. Like, what are they going to do? Take over and make everyone work themselves to death? Not give us healthcare again? Make the planet unlivable? Been there, done that.
Well, actually, no. I think if intelligent life was to invade planet, I think they
Fix it.
would see exactly how fucked up planet is and be like, "Oh no, 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 like
You guys
really?
need
No."
help.
He's like, "Hold on a second. You're gonna do what? No, 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 no. You're gonna go home. Don't worry, you're getting paid. But you're gonna go home, and we're gonna no,
Hey,
no,
nice.
you go home." Like,
I once saw a meme go
Or
by. It's like,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I once saw a meme go by is that if aliens ever did make it to this planet, something tells me their technology would be so advanced they'd be horrified at the realization that we're essentially using explosions to propel ourselves out of the planet. We're
which
Mhm.
would just
basically riding fire. It's like, you're doing what? You're riding what?
why? Why
Yeah.
are you doing this?
Well, my thought process is if there's an intelligent life and they manage to get out into the actual universe and actually travel and make it to us and they see what kind of fucking bullshit that we're dealing with on this planet, they're gonna be like, no, no, no. We no, for the future of the entire universe, we just gotta take them all out.
Yeah,
Just nope, nuke the whole thing. We cannot let this species get out into the universe. Nope. We're just gonna
I'm actually working on a book that I'm calling the inter. Hang on.
intergalactic.
I think that's the word. The intergalactic travel, the intergalactic guide for traveling with humans, and it's basically aliens' reactions to the horrifying race that is humans and all of
Well,
the weird
the
shit
whole
we
thing
do.
is,
One of which is like biology. Is like they have bags of acid in their body. They just walk around with what the fuck kind of thing.
well, there is because I scroll a lot on YouTube Reels, and I do come across them every once in a while of people that have made like these AI generated what aliens would look like, and they're all
Yep.
in like suits of armor and shit like that. They're like, no, we don't fuck with the humans. Why don't we fuck with the humans? I said the last time I fucked with a human, I got traumatized. And he's
Yep.
like, and do you know how hard it is to explain to your commander why you refuse to go near I think they call him a redneck?
Yeah. Yeah. If you do, because I'm still in the depths of Tumblr. I have not left Tumblr since 2011. But if you go into the depths of the tag "humans are space orcs," you will find some hilarious shit. And that's largely one of the things I'm pulling from because it's basically a survival guide for traveling with humans, both for having to uh, deal with them when they're your enemy, but also having to deal with them when they're your co-pilot. Because oh dear God, these things are both incredibly fragile and terrifyingly durable, and they're very prone to hurting themselves and not caring. Also, they're prone to friending things.
Yeah,
They will friend the inanimate object. Yes, the Roomba makes a reappearance.
If not friend, why friend shaped?
Right?
Oh,
I love that tag
wait.
so much. So like
That's because I'm a
I have
white woman. Got
yeah.
it.
I have one chapter where I go into the depths of recess, but they describe recess as like a training regiment for their children. It's like, oh, this explains why they're terrifying warriors. They start training for war at the age of 5.
look, those metal slides prepared us for a lot of freaking shit. Also, it also prepared us in the middle of freaking summer to go out there and going, Somebody grab the hose. We're gonna make a freaking slip and slide. Why?
right?
Because I'm not burning my ass sliding down that now.
We mastered centrifugal force at the age of 6 with that fucking merry-go-round.
Oh God, yes. And see, our merry-go-round, ours in Illinois, was not shaped like the flat one that went around. Okay, ours was like a dome, like a top.
That's even better.
So, and then it sat inside the little bearing that went around.
Yep.
So the fact that I have gotten launched between those freaking bars and tumbled, I must have had at least 4 concussions in the course of a day and still walked my happy ass 2 blocks home and was
Yep.
there before the streetlights came on.
Yep. But no, like when you look at humans from an alien's perspective, we're terrifying. We have exposed bone in our teeth. We're persistence hunters. 'Cause, like we literally walk things to death. Like I've got like there's one chapter on here I've got. It's literally called "Tips and Tricks for Nosy Humans: How to Keep Them Out of Where They're Not Supposed to Be." Because, like, let's face it, it's
Don't put do
really
not enter.
bad.
Doesn't matter what language it's in. Don't put do not enter. Also, do not put a lightning bolt on something. We think that's where the power is.
Yup. I'm having so much fun because it's very much because it's kind of similar into the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy kind of thing, but like the actual manual.
Right.
I'm having so much
Uh,
fun writing it. I'm having so much fun.
but apparently the ones that I've been watching here lately, and I cracked up so freaking hard, I shot Dr. Pepper all over my screen, and then I cussed, and then had to actually clean my screen off. But it was they invaded a platoon.
Hydrate or
Hydrate
dihydrate.
or dihydrate.
They invaded a platoon of humans,
Mm,
and it was this whole like armada that did it, and it was bringing in each head of the armada and them sitting
Okay.
in this room going, no, no, we will never do that again. I don't care what the fuck you said. They're like, they said, did I want to be, or was I going to probe them? Why does everybody think we're going to probe them? And then he brought out this thing. I don't know what it was. All I know is he pulled a cord and it shook. And I'm sitting there like, that could be a John boat. That could be, somebody's
yep.
Saturday Night Live. I don't know.
Yep. Yep. I also love the ones where they talk about how Earth is a death planet because there's like combustible poison that makes up the atmosphere, and there's like mountains that spew lava, and there's parts that reach temperatures where life can't survive, and yet the humans willingly go there.
It happens.
Any- anyway, we're back from our break,
We
and we're
are,
gonna
we
stop
are, we
delaying
are.
because it's a certain someone's turn.
It is a certain someone's turn, and I did mess around while we were dealing with the ad bit there. For those of us who are not subscribing, we went ahead and stop during ad breaks. Um, so, that being said, I did add the follower goal to the bottom, right? So there is the ability to share it out. And if you were with us at the beginning with the starting soon screen, it shows the song that is playing. Apparently, during our opening uh, thing last week, we got hit because one of the songs that was on this playlist that I did get from Twitch. Okay, that's the thing that's got me very upset because it was a recommended company recommended by Twitch, and the company provides a Spotify stream playlist that is all copyright free to use for purposes of streaming. And yet we still got hit during that time frame. So, whatever. It now shows at the bottom showing what the song name is, the artist, etc., that we are
Okay,
displaying. Yeah.
quick little heads up. I just got hit with a really heavy rainstorm, so my internet may will go wonky.
Okay.
Just so you know. I
That
wonder
might have been the one that hit us earlier.
I wonder if I can customize that follower bar in any way. If I can make a
Oh, I bet you could. Absolutely.
I have to look into
Yep.
that.
Absolutely. All right. So next up, we are returning to a story that Julie has not written in for a very long time because she went and had to go get distracted by other stuff. Ain't no Cinderella. Loud, obnoxious sounds of jackhammers, honking, and at least one couple arguing drifted up to Ryland's third floor apartment. Pulling the pillow tighter around her head, she questioned her decision to live in the city instead of somewhere that respected the quiet of the Saturday mornings. It wasn't until the warm breeze drifted across her bare legs she realized one very crucial thing, and that was she had left the balcony door open, which would signal to her she wasn't alone when she woke up. Slowly reaching her hand across the bed, Ryland's heart skipped several beats. The other side was empty, but still warm. Her eyes flew open as she jolted herself to an upright position, covering herself with the thin silk sheet. She steadied her breathing as she scanned the room for clues of what could have happened the night before. Her schoolgirl uniform was discarded by the foot of the bed, along with a three-piece suit. Looks like the congressman had more steam to blow off after jumping line at the club last night. Rylan rubbed her hands across her face. This was highly irregular for her. If there was going to be an overnight stay, there would be protocol. She would have or should have brought him to the suite kept downtown. It was the shower she hadn't realized was running until it turned off, jolting her back to reality. Rylan quickly grabbed a robe, dragging it around her shoulders and quietly tiptoeing toward her kitchen. Even when she met clients in the hotel, she made it a point to be up before them, more as a quick escape if shit went sideways and she couldn't remember how she got somewhere. An occupational hazard Rylan tried to keep a tight lid on. Walking into the quiet kitchen, she noticed someone started the coffee pot. With her memory still fuzzy from the night before, Rylan couldn't be sure if she had set it before she left for her shift yesterday morning. At this point in her morning, it wasn't worth it to look a gifted horse in the mouth. Taking two mugs down from the cupboard, she poured herself a cup of the silky black liquid. It wasn't until she had put the mug to her lips the male companion appeared in the doorway, looking overly cheerful and refreshed. Ryland's lip twitched, but better than her hand, which she wanted to reach over and smack the smug grin off his face. He moved toward her as if it were the most normal thing to be in her apartment at this early hour. Morning, beautiful. Sleep well? His condescending tone had Ryland ready to dismantle him at a cellular level, but she kept her cool. Do I need to remind you of the rules again, Charles? Or do I need to ask Stefan and Chevy to have a word with you? Better yet, I'll call Carlos. I'm sure he would love to know that one of his longest clients can't seem to follow the contract. Raven, it was just one night. His voice was cold, but just missing the mark on seductive. Charles, I have other engagements for today, and I don't have time for your bullshit. Drink your coffee and leave. Oh, last night was double, which better be transferred within the next hour, or you can lose your spot on my books. I get it. You're upset, but there's no reason to get the others involved or charge more for the same time. Charles straightened his cuffs before reaching for his mug. Darling, hold that thought. Rylan looked around the counter for the discarded cell phone, unlocked the screen, and hit the send button. Within 3 rings, a man's voice came booming through the speaker. Ms. Raven, it's early. I understand, Chevy, but there seems to be a problem. Rylan looked at Charles with flames radiating from her eyes. A problem? With whom? The sleepiness had faded from Chevy's voice. Charles had all the color drained from his face while mouthing its scent, and quickly leaving the apartment. Rylan waited a beat before responding. I need you to pull the cameras from the third floor last night and send over the information on the new client I'm supposed to be meeting this afternoon. Done. What am I looking for exactly? Rylan could tell Chevy was already pulling out his laptop. I woke up in my own bed again with Charles. The senator is getting a bit too bold. I can't remember most of last night. I also can't have my neighbors knowing what I do for a living, and unless you all want to foot the bill for my moving expenses again, understood, Miss Raven. Though I do know of a nice country house, Chevy started, choking back a laugh. If it wasn't for Ralphie, no one would know where the hell I live. Ryland's frustration was emanating off of her. I know. I will have a word with Stefan when I get to the club this afternoon. Thank you. Rylan hung up the phone and retreated back to her bedroom where she would now have to strip her bed and shower, praying he didn't use her good towels. Zooming through Nashville's puppy's not happy. Zooming through Nashville's downtown traffic, Rylan tried to clear her mind. Her mood had already been soured by the early morning events, and now she was off to meet was supposed to be her new client and running late due to a massive traffic jam. Thankfully, it was not caused by an accident, but road construction that never seemed to ever go away. While waiting for the traffic to move so she could get off the ramp and head away from the city, an image danced through her mind. Domenico Ravello. She had carefully gone over his file while cursing about her towel wet on the floor. The moment I saw his picture, I knew he was going to change everything.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah, because I can't do dun 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 right now. So we're just going to do Crowley instead. Hello,
You have to
darling.
lower the cooldown for dun 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 to like 20 minutes or something. Sorry about the barking. Thunder went off
I
and
tried to
scared
do
the
the
dogs.
dun dun dun. It said it was on cooldown too.
Yeah, that's because it's for the entire chat. The
Yeah.
cooldown, whatnot. But Kesh gave us the bounce chicka wow wow.
That works.
So apparently the dual life of Rylan and Raven is back in the forefront. So yeah, we can expect more of another double-edged story. And if anybody remembers the very wonderful, funny cinnamon roll sidekick from Crossroads, Dom, Dom, as he preferred to be called, Domenico. Hello, greetings. You caught us at the end of our show.
Normally I
Well,
would say you're just in time for the voting, but we voted last night.
we did vote last night.
But yes, this one has to deal with our adorable cinnamon roll golden retriever. I wouldn't exactly call him a golden retriever.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure either one of those terms fits him, really. I don't consider Dom a cinnamon roll.
What would you say, Thomas?
Dom is walking sarcasm.
Yes, absolutely. But he's also loyal to a fault.
Yeah, but the definition of a cinnamon roll is an absolute sweetie. He's just the sweetest. He's the sweetest, most wonderful little bit. Like, my Dominic is a cinnamon roll. Your Dominic is not a cinnamon roll. Your Dominic is scary. Cinnamon rolls aren't scary.
So what I'm
Her
hearing
cinnamon roll is
is,
made with cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
yeah. So what I'm hearing is more than likely Dom would be a Malinois.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the
Yep, he's a Malinois, Belgian Malinois.
cause like he's playful, he's funny, he's witty, he's snarky. He
He
doesn't
begs
put
you
up
not
with
to make him be the voice of reason.
right. It's like, man, I don't want to be the one in charge. I don't be the one want to be the one to call the shots. I just want to drink and have fun and get the job done.
Very much so. But
Honestly, he has more in common with Carter than he does with Dominic with my Dominic.
yeah, because he's
Absolutely, necromancer. Yeah, it's every Saturday and every Sunday, every single time,
yeah,
for the most part, assuming schedules don't get wonky.
right.
We're also considering starting up a midweek show where we just sit and shoot the shit, talk about books and stuff. Cause like, there's not really a co-hosty kind of chatty show on here. I find when it comes to the book categories that I have
No,
found.
there,
That I
there,
have found.
I
I
haven't.
want to preface that I have found.
I've been mucking around watching
Yeah.
for the last couple of months, even before we officially made the jump, and it's usually a lot of one person
Yeah.
reading out weekly submissions, or one person sharing their writing process, which is great. Writing process,
Oh yeah.
editing process, giving out suggestions for resources and things like that. But there is not a there's not the kind of shows like what we are used to seeing on Book Talk, and jumping ship when we did, and building, like, you know, taking this from what Julie originally imagined, and working it into a show format while we were over on Twitch, when it was just an easy plug and play, let up the people who needed to be up and whatnot, and
Yeah.
download the video. Great. That gave us the ability to create our format, and then we came over here and found out nobody else is doing it. So
So we'll do it.
we'll do it. Goes back to the what I say the other night. When you can't find the book you want to read, write it.
That's why I
That's how
have
a lot of
over
our books were
30.
created.
That's why I have over 30 works in progress going.
Hey, that's less than I do.
I'm approaching 50 at a rapid pace.
It's
I'm
just like,
I'm I'm right at 49. So that be what we be. So for anyone who needs that reminder, because of course, like I said, the newsletter did not go out today. This week's prompt was submitted by Dahlia. Use this dialogue. Hold on. I got some sketchy shit to do. Have to
and
do
a
some
quick reminder,
sketchy shit.
it's not limited to just the people who are already submitting. Anybody who is in the comments who wants to submit, please, gimme, gimme, want more, gimme.
And very
I'm
much, if
about
you
ready to do
want
some
to
sketchy shit.
stay anonymous,
Doodah.
exactly. But if you want to stay anonymous, you can stay anonymous. We have several anonymous writers for the show. Uh, no, sweetheart, you did not miss the newsletter. Again, he was tired.
The rain is so loud right now. I have to have my headphones practically actually on rather than just as portable speakers. Holy fuck.
Right.
Alright. So that's great. I like that I went first. Yep, we're good.
Yeah, got it out of the way real quick. Broke our
Ah,
hearts with the eldest son.
and the cute little boy, and made us all laugh at Lola snoring like a little lumberjack.
Me. Just splayed out snoring. Yep.
Sounds about right. I mean, if we look at it that way, it sounds about right. So,
I mean, that's when you know it's the good sleep. When you're
mhm.
just sprawled out and it's chainsaw mode. That's when you know you're locked in.
So I know when Aries is locked in.
Oh, that's right. I was working on my own author website. That's why Hold My Pen was logged out of Beacons. Woohoo! Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because I also have to finish editing up the Extreme Reading Tracker and getting it prepared for everybody to copy, probably November, December, and do some videos showing people how to hide the stuff that they don't want to look at.
Yeah, my to-do list is growing as well.
My to-do list never stops, and I've still got to get a lot accomplished before Aries goes back to school in just four weeks.
I've got two standard art commissions I need to finish. Patrick's brand redesign, Patrick's cover to play around with more. The three main stories that I'm writing. Um, I need to look into writing some copy for some sponsors that came around who are wanting to help us get funding for the animal shelter that we wanted to build out here. Um,
Nice,
I've
nice.
got some fan fiction that I've been neglecting that I really want to work on, but that's just play mode that has to wait. Um, I've got my Patreon I have to update with not only published stories but some artwork because I didn't publish any artwork last month. Like, fuck.
Nope,
I have
I
my
get
covers that
that.
I have to finish.
Uh huh.
Can you
This
tell I'm
this
a
is why
Capricorn?
this is why I'm just gonna write the stuff and never publish it.
Do not threaten us with that.
like
We know
get
where
my
you live.
fucking I get my to-do list down to like three things. I'm like, I have plenty of room. I can toss more stuff on there. I still have videos I have to finish editing.
Yep, I feel that. So of course, as we know, oh god damn it, I just
We got 5 minutes.
updated the that's all right. I just updated the stupid banner for the newsletter that says Saturday night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And now we've officially done Saturday and Sunday night. So now I have to go back in and edit the goddamn thing again and go Saturday and Sunday nights, 7 Central / 8 Eastern.
I mean,
Mother
at least just
trucker.
that's just 3 words. That's just 3 words. You just add and Sunday night. It's just 3 words.
It's the spacing. It's
Yeah.
it's the spacing. In fact, here we go. I'm gonna write.
Whee!
See right there, we've got very tiny space that I have to work with.
Yeah, just nudge the Saturday over a little bit and put in the ampersand Sunday. Ampersand sun.
Yep, yep. All right, I am burning up because this room is absolutely horrendously hot and it's getting
Yeah.
really humid. I had the big
I
old
gotta get back
rainstorm that
I gotta get back
shove.
downstairs to the dogs. I got the rainstorm. We should
Yep.
find someone to raid though.
Okay, let's see if we can find somebody to raid.
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
will handle
Do
that
that.
because I seem to be very good at that right now.
You do.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into seeing if I can customize the follower goal. I know that there's some like little goal animations where it's like a jar or a bottle or something and it fills up with animated liquid higher and higher. I just can't figure out how to do the animated liquid part. But I've been looking into it.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Awesome.
I found somebody. Let me know when I can do it.
All right, well, then we'll see everyone next Saturday.
Yep.
Yep.
8, I don't know the time. It's 9 p.m. my time, and I'm Atlantic time. That's all I know. That's all
7
I know.
Central, 8 Eastern.
There we go.
Just your times accordingly.
Yes.
Now,
All right.
here's the other fantastic, wonderful thing. If you join the Discord, it is set as a perpetual event, so that way
You'll
you
know.
can copy it, put it on your own calendar. I also have to double check and make sure that our schedule here on Twitch has that time block. That's something that was a very awesome thing moving over to Twitch, to be able to actually broadcast
Yeah.
when we are doing the things. So,
Which reminds me, I need to customize our panels on our about page. I need to look into that because you can get little artwork for that gives like little details. I need to look at that. But yes,
fantastic.
we have an ad in 2 minutes, so let's hurry up and raid someone before we get hit with another
Okay.
ad.
Here we go.